everyone, welcome back to another Royale High video.
And this is the second time I'm filming this video today because my
recording software crashed and I lost my files and I'd fully recorded it. But I am, gonna carry on and power through it and record it again. And I will get this video out to you. But today I am going to be going over all of the game passes and showing you all of the information you need to know about them, and hopefully this will be a guide for you to decide which game passes are right for you if you are in the process of deciding which game passes you would like to buy. So without further ado, let's head into the shop in Royale High and take a look at all of the game passes that are available. So this is the Royale High homepage, and this is the page you will see before you join the game. Of course, the play button is right there. You will automatically be joined on the about page. If we click on the store, then you will see all of the game passes listed here. The reason why I am showing you the game passes on this page is because there is the sticker packs pass, which was just added and it isn't listed in game yet, so I had to show you this first. But we're going to be going over the sticker packs first, just because it isn't available to buy from in-game itself and it's only available from the game store here. So I'm going over sticker packs first. So let's take a look at everything you need to know about the sticker packs pass, which will cost you 50 Robux to buy. So heading into the dress up menu, you can select the profile button right here, which will draw up your profile. And the sticker packs is basically a way for you to decorate your journal, and you can put stickers all over it and also inside of your journal as well. If you take a look at that, the sticker packs are available right here if you click on this option, and there are 16 different packs for you to customize your journal with, and there are all sorts of different types of stickers, beachy vibe stickers, also got some space ones here, and we also have all of the halos as well. And these are getting updated as time goes on because, more halos are being added, but also more sticker packs will be added as well. And it just functions like textures and the way that the hair colors work, in that they're constantly being updated in the game. So the sticker packs pass, of course, as I mentioned before, costs you 50 Robux to buy. And all it lets you do basically is just decorate your journal. And in my opinion, it's probably, even though it's very cheap, you can do the least amount with it, because all you get to do is customize your journal and that's about it. You can't really do anything else with the stickers, and that's just from the point in time where I'm at and where the video was recorded. The only thing you can use the stickers for is decorating journals. So I don't know about future updates if you're watching this from the future. So that's the sticker pack pass, and that's basically all that it allows you to do. So we're going to look at the in-game Game Pass shop. You can access this by going into the shop and clicking the Game Pass shop button up here, and we have all of these other Game Passes that are available to buy, and we're going to be going through them all in the order that is shown right here, and starting off with the glowing hair and 120 plus more hair colors pass. It costs 50 Robux and is the most popular. Rainbow shades, ombres, highlights, and express your mood through your hair color. And we have glowing hair options as well. So this costs you 50 Robux to buy. Let's take a look at all of the customization options that are available with this hair colors pass. So I am currently wearing one of the unique hair color textures. So the way to access all of the extra hair colors is clicking this button here in the dress up menu, which is the more hair colors button. If we click on this, we get this little menu up here. Everything is categorized by the colors, which you can sort all of the textures by. But if we just scroll through all of these just quite slowly so it has time to load, you can just see just how many amount of hair colors there is. There's so many to pick from, and this pass will only cost you 50 Robux to buy, which is incredibly cheap and is probably the game pass that gives you the most bang for your buck, because you have options, so many options for customization, and yeah, honestly, it's one of the best hair passes, and it deserves to be the most popular, to be honest, because that reflects, honestly, because it's so cheap and you get to have really funky hair colors. If we just take a look at a few of them here. So that is the hair colors pass. It's very cheap and you get a lot of different options for hair colors. So definitely worth it, and in my opinion, one of the best game passes. Next up, we have the designer pass, which also costs 50 Robux, and you get access to 500 special fabrics and textures to design and decorate accessories, skirts and shoes with, and they are constantly adding more patterns and textures. So this one is also constantly getting updated, just like the hair pass. So let's take a look at the options that become available once you purchase this designer pass. So I'm wearing an outfit right now that has the textures design right on there. Now you have to use the 99 colors and designs palette. Can't access the designs from the other two palettes, only from this top one, and of course then you can sort by all of these different colors and styles that show up here. So if we sort by pink, we can find the pattern that I'm using, which is this one right here, and then you can also have two different patterns on this accessory. Only some accessories and skirts allow one pattern, but some only allow two patterns on there as well. So it all depends on what kind of accessory and item it is. You can texture both of the colours and you can get a really cool combination. And you don't just have to use this dress, you can also use different skirts as well. For example, the Dear Dolly skirt allows you to texture the top half, and also the kimono skirt as well. So it's always best to test out what skirts and accessories are available to be accessorized. Most of the items in game can have textures put on them, but there are a select few that can't be having textures on them. But what you can do is, a little tip from me, is you can use the paint all button. What you have to do is texture both of these and do paint all, and then it will literally paint every single accessory available in that color. So we can do this with a halo. So as you can see, as when I put that halo on, it didn't give me any options for customization. So what you can do is paint all, and then it will texture the halo for you. So that is a way to get around the customization thing with items that don't allow it. But if we just take a look at the patterns that are available, there are so many, 800 plus as the Game Pass says, and this is constantly being updated, so bear that in mind. One thing I'm going to have to mention is that a free accessory was once available with this Game Pass, and that was this Midnight Mademoiselle skirt. If we take a look at this skirt was once available as a free skirt that you could get from buying the Designer Pass Game Pass, and it isn't available to get anymore. So just bear that in mind when you buy the pass, that it will not give you this item anymore. Do correct me if I'm wrong, but I have heard through the grapevine that it does not give you this skirt anymore, but it did used to. So I don't know if it's tradable. You will have to test that out yourselves. It's kind of like a bunched up napkin in my opinion, but it is really cool because the textures lay on it really well, and it's a good skirt to go with the Game Pass because it's a good way to show off all of the new textures and stuff that you can use with it. Let's move on to the Paintbrush Pass, and there are several different things available with this pass, so I'm going to be going through them one by one. But this pass costs you 300 Robux, which is sort of the mid-range price for these Game Passes. So let's take a look at all of the things you get with the Paintbrush Pass. You can change the colour of your cell phone case and the keyboard, pick your roleplay name and heart indicator, make a colourful unique profile, and paint your locker in both campuses. So let's take a look at all of these customization options. First up, of course, we have the phone customization, which we can click on the phone here or the cell phone button. It pulls up our phone for us. We can click on this button right here, which is the phone with the paintbrush colour, and then it allows us to select colours. We don't get access to put designs on our phone, which is a downside to the design pass, but if we colour it like that, then we can have a cool little combination of colours there. And if you take a look, we get the 2D image coloured that way, and then we get the 3D phone coloured that way. So that is the phone customization, and we're going to move on to roleplay names next. To access your roleplay name, you need to head into the dress up menu and you can enter a roleplay name up the top here. Here we go, here is mine that appears, and clicking on that little button as you saw here, right here, you can erase the name by clicking the X, but this allows you to customize it, and we can add a gradient effect or we can add outlines or both. So we can select the colors that we want to have on here. So let's just do some random color combination like that, or with a purple instead, that might look a little better. And we can add an outline, which the outline will be of the second color that you selected. You can also add a gradient effect to it if you wanted to. There is also all of these different font options which appear down the side like this. They are kind of the basic Roblox fonts that are available in Roblox Studio. And then there is this really cool button in the corner here that allows you to auto match the color of your roleplay name and your phone and the typing bubble effect to match the color of your outfit. So let's click it and we get white and black for some reason. That's probably because I am using textures, but that will also match it on your phone as well. So I have a all black phone, as you can see right there. And if we type in the chat blah 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 blah, can't really see it, but there it is. If I look up to the sky, you can see it. The coloring that you select for your roleplay name will be the colors that show up for the bubble effect when you're typing. So as we type something in chat, we have this bubble thing that appears which shows that we're typing. So that's really cool, and of course it matches the colors of our little roleplay name at the top there. Subscribe. So next is the profile customization, and of course you access the profile as usual, and then we can go to the paint colors option here and we can customize all of these different things: the journal cover, which is the background, the rings and buttons, the badges and cover border. If we take a look, like the round border color and then the background as well. All of the pages inside are all white and the lines are in like this peachy color, and the questions are in green and the answers are in a lime green. So you have all of these different options that you can mess around with and customize, which is really cool. But I would suggest getting the sticker packs pass and the Paintbrush Pass together, because then you can really customize your journal. They don't come together, they're like separate game passes, so bear that in mind too. And lastly, we have the option to color our lockers in the classic Royal High campus and the newer Royal High campus. So we claim a locker, and you can see I have a color selected, but I will show you the options that allow us to change this how many times we want to. So on the classic campus, the GUI looks a little bit different than it does on the newer one, but it basically functions the same. We have the paint button right down here, and then we can select any random color that we want, and all we have to do is paint it like that, and we can get some really funky colors on there. And all of these colors are the same colors that are in the newer campus, and they carry on. So if you set the color in classic campus, for example, that color will also be on your locker in the newer campus, and vice versa. All right, so in new campus it basically works the same. We have the same coloring on here. When we open the locker, it looks a little bit different, but we can just use the decorate button and it's the same colors as before, and we just press the buy paint button instead of the purchase use, this button right here, and you can see it on the door so you can get a better look of the colour that is on your locker on newer campus. So that's the Paintbrush Pass. We're going to be taking a look at the Faster Flying Pass next, which will cost you 249 Robux, which is another mid-range priced game pass, and it lets you fly faster, and it basically gives you a menu where you can toggle how fast you want to fly. So let's take a look at that now. Alright, so if we head outside on the new campus here, we can take a look at how this fly pass works. So if we jump up and fly, usually your speed will be about 44 and you'll fly really slowly like this, and it's a real struggle to get anywhere. But with this fly pass, this menu will appear, which is a fly speedometer, I guess, and you can literally toggle it to any kind of speed you want. Fastest is 299, and you can fly over to this little island over here, collect the red gems and everything like that, and you can slow it down, You can slow it further, slow it really slow, speed it up super fast, and it's really awesome because it lets you fly around to certain spots to farm a lot quicker than you would if you didn't have the pass. So it's useful for farming, but other than that, if you're not so interested in farming, it might not be the Game Pass for you. But just bear in mind that if you're farming on the new campuses, it lets you do things very quickly and very speedily and fly around to lots of places very fast. And it doesn't just work on new campus, it works in every realm that you can fly in. But I find it to be the most useful on the campuses just for farming purposes. Next pass, we have the Crystal Ball Pass, which I like to refer to as the Content Creator Game Pass because it's a game pass that is very useful to us content creators and people who do art in a community because it allows us free reign over the camera and where we can position the camera, and it's very useful. It's 300 Robux, so a mid-range priced game pass. One important thing about this game pass is you shouldn't buy it if you own mobile, iPad or Xbox and you play this game on any of those devices, because it will only work on computers because you need access to a keyboard because you have to be able to use Shift and P. I'm not actually sure if like with Xbox you can set up a wireless keyboard. It's the same with mobile. If you set up a wireless keyboard, I'm not sure if that will work. I'm going to show you all of the commands and the useful things you can do with this Game Pass. So people often ask me how I get really clean close-up looking shots like this, and that is because of this Crystal Ball Game Pass. And it's very useful because it allows you to create really nice looking video clips for your videos, and it's also very useful to artists and editors in the Royale High community as well, which we'll get onto in a little bit. But we can get really cool shots and we can like zoom in and out like this, and zoom in from this far away, zoom very far away, move side to side, up and down, side to side, forwards and backwards. And we can basically just move the mouse around, get really invasive shots of places in the castle that we shouldn't be in. But I'm going to give you a little tutorial on how this works. If you have your mouse, you can use the scroll wheel to zoom in and out from a fixed position, and the right click button to move the way the camera is facing with the mouse. You can use W and S to move the camera forward or move the camera backwards, and you can use Shift to slow the way that that moves because normally it goes super zoomy. We can use A and D to move the camera from the different sides, so left to right or right to left. And then we also have Q and E, which moves the camera down and up like this. You can also just use W and move the camera around with the right click button for sort of a free roaming kind of mode, but there are the keys as well if you want to have fixed positions, which is very cool, and it's very useful, especially for video making for me, and it's why it's one of my favorite game passes. But if you aren't a content creator and you're not interested in making edits or filming anything, then it might not be a game pass that is worthwhile to you. If you are an editor or somebody who makes thumbnails for YouTube videos like me, then using the green screen on one of the many green screens located around the different realms in Royale High, that being Sunset Island, Earth and Divinia Park, then it's very useful to get close up shots like this using the Crystal Ball Pass, and you can get really clean looking images. And what I like to do is basically use a colour for the background, solid like this of course, and cut it out in Photoshop, and then it gets a really nice clean image that I could put on my own backgrounds in Photoshop for a thumbnail. And for editors, it allows them to get a really close up shot of their character with specific lighting for when they edit the photo. Very useful game pass for content creators. I cannot talk about this game pass without mentioning you get a free accessory with it, and it's located in arm, hands and bags. If you scroll down a little bit for me, it's this crystal ball accessory, and I believe you can still get this with the game pass, and it comes free with it. It basically just looks like this, and it's very sparkly, and it's a crystal ball. It's to sort of match the name of the game Pass, and it's a cool little accessory. And if you wanted to buy the Game Pass just to get the accessory, then it's going to cost you 300 Robux. But at the same time, it's kind of a Game Pass that had content creators and designers in mind when it was created and put into the game. So just bear that in mind, that maybe all you will get out of it is this one accessory, but it is a cool accessory nonetheless. Alright, these last two Game Passes I'm going to be talking about together because they basically do the same thing, they just have different variables to them. So they are the Double Diamonds Game Pass and the Quadruple Diamonds Game Pass. The double costs 749 Robux and the quadruple costs a whopping 1,649. So these are on the more expensive side for the Game Passes. And what they do is basically they allow you to either double or quadruple the amount of diamonds you would normally get from leveling up or picking up diamonds around the different maps. So if you have both of these together, it lets you get 6 times the amount of diamonds you usually would. So I'm going to be showing you, because I have both of these Game Passes, what the amounts would be from the usual. So for a level up, you usually get about 300 diamonds without any of the Game Passes, and for picking up diamonds, it depends on the value of the original diamond. So let's head on over to the new Royal High Campus and let's take a look at some of the diamond pricings. Alright, so we can take a look at this big red gem that appears in the Principal's Office of New Campus. Usually this is worth about 20 diamonds if we collect this without any Game Passes, but if we walk over it with both of the Game Passes, we get 120 diamonds. So it's very, very worth the money in my opinion. If you are a farmer and you like to farm for your diamonds, definitely worth getting both of the double Game Pass and the quadruple as well, because in combination it gives you such an extortionate amount of diamonds. It's incredible, and you're going to be needing diamonds for all of those amazing new sets and accessories that get added to the game. So that diamond, if we collected it with just the 2 times, we would have got 40 diamonds, and if we collected it with just the 4 times, we would have got 80 diamonds. So 120 for both of them is such a massive number. I am gonna have to do some XP farming to level up, so I can show you how many diamonds we get from leveling up with both of the Game Passes activated. So we just leveled up there. As you can see, we got 1,800 diamonds from leveling up, and it's typically 300 diamonds without any Game Passes, and then that increases to 600 and then 1,200 depending on which pass you have. So they are very expensive Game Passes to buy, but it is up to you to decide whether you want to buy either of them for farming purposes, and that's basically all they are for: farming diamonds to get new items, accessories, wings, whatever you want to buy in game. So I hope you can make a fair choice for whichever passes you want to buy. So that is all of the passes that are available to buy right now, but there is one Game Pass that I haven't mentioned that isn't available anymore, and it has quite an interesting history, so I'm going to be talking about that next. This Game Pass can be viewed on the Royal High wiki, and it is sort of immortalized on there, but it isn't available to buy anymore. It is the Fly on Earth Game Pass. The description of it once read: only the most powerful of creatures do not let a silly blue and green planet hinder their flying abilities. You might even be able to reach the Princess Tower. It cost 80 Robux to buy, and it enabled the player to fly around the old Earth, Lobby and Divinia. Before the ability to fly there was enabled for all players during the 2019 St. Patrick's update. It came back for a short time when Earth returned in August 2019. Its removal was due to it being outdated with the nature of Divinia, and later for the whole game, and any person who had owned it received 2,000 diamonds and the magical broomstick accessory beginning on October 13th, 2019. The functionality of this pass is now enabled for all players. So basically what this means is it was a Game Pass that allowed you to fly around on the Earth realm back when Earth was a new thing, because it didn't allow you to fly around unless you owned this pass. And then Earth got removed in the start of 2019, and then it was sort of a Fly in Divinia Game Pass, and it was available for people to buy still for a little while. Then Barbie removed it because she didn't think it was fair that only certain players could fly around when it was sort of magical realms, so she removed the Game Pass. But people had already bought the Game Pass and you can't refund the Robux for that. So then what happened is that Earth returned and the Game Pass was made available again, and then people could fly around with the Game Pass, but then it got removed again. And what happened is around the Halloween event in October of last year, 2019, the magical broomstick was added for players as compensation to those players who owned the Fly on Earth Game Pass. It was a good decision, and of course people compensated for the Robux they had spent on this Game Pass that no longer existed. But then a controversial decision was made by the devs to make the broomstick available to purchase in Autumn Town, which was a realm that was available to access during the Halloween 2019 event. So it was available, very expensive though, and this was sort of a thing that was only available for like 1 or 1.5 days because there was so much backlash from it. But it was very expensive, and it was like a very expensive amount of candies that you could only earn in that realm, and it was kind of impossible, and in that time frame nobody would have bought it anyway. But it was controversial because the accessory was compensation to those who had bought this Game Pass that no longer existed, and people didn't think it was fair that just anybody could earn the right to this accessory that was meant to be an exclusive. So it got removed from that shop, and it is a tradable accessory. I'm going to show you it now because I did own this Fly on Earth Game Pass when it was available, so I can show you this broomstick that I got legit and I didn't trade for it. But you can trade for this accessory now if you want to get it. So you can find this accessory when you sort by hands, and it's this magical broomstick item right here, and we can equip it. So let's take a closer look at this. Of course you can see that it's a broom, but it's called the magical broomstick because it has a custom animation assigned to it where players can fly around on the broom, and it's a really cool accessory, and it's something I will crack out for next Halloween so I can be a little witch and stuff. I don't really have a use for this item outside of Halloween or sort of the occasional video where I need to be like a peasant person or somebody who's cleaning up, because there's not really much of a use for it, but it's a very cool item nonetheless. So let's take a look at the custom animations. Here's one example, and it's sort of a I'm surfing on a broom kind of animation, and it might be a reused animation actually for the surfboard accessory, but it's very cool and I really like this animation. Here's another animation, and it's a classic sitting down on a broom animation, which is very cool. And there is this animation as well where you're kind of like lying down on a broom. There are a couple more animations, but these are just the ones that I'm going to be showing in this video. It's a very cool accessory, and there are very little accessories that have custom animations in the game, so it's very, very unique. So that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and I hope it did help you in some way decide which game passes that might be right for you, and I hope it was some valuable information that you learned. You can also get more information about these game passes on the Royale High wiki, like that little tidbit about the now defunct Game Pass that used to exist. If you'd like to see more videos from me, then please subscribe to the channel, or you can follow me on Twitter at itslimey for more updates and things. And I also have my own Roblox group now, which is called the Key Lime Pie, which you can join, and it has its own Royale High private server attached to it. So if you'd like to do any of those things, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!